Hi friends, Miss Liz here with another cool creature from my collection to show you. I actually have two creatures here today. I had a request from Claire and her brother James. Hi Claire, hi James. They wanted to see my new snake. So I showed you Freddie a couple weeks ago, my big boa constrictor, and this is Goodman, and Goodman is our baby boa constrictor. So it's the same as my big, huge snake, Freddie, the one that's like 6 feet long, but it's a baby. And Goodman just ate yesterday, and if you can see in his belly, you see how there's like a big lump in his belly? That's the rat that he ate yesterday. So it's sitting in his belly. And in about a week or two, it'll be out the other end in his enclosure. So that's Goodman. So maybe he'll be back when he's a little bit bigger and you'll be able to see him and his fat tummy. Okay, so I'm going to put Goodman to the side here. So today I have a creature that actually belongs to my son, Owen. And Owen is 11. And he asked for this creature. It's not my favorite thing, but it's definitely one of his favorite things. And if you can see it in there, this is Blackheart. Her name is Blackheart. And Blackheart is something that a lot of people are scared of, but she's pretty tame. Blackheart is a tarantula. And she is what's called a curly hair tarantula. And if I can get her closer to the camera, you can see that she has super duper curly hair all over her. And they have lots and lots of fuzzy hair all over their body and on their legs. And she does not want to move. I thought she might walk a little bit. There we go. So tarantulas are pretty cool creatures. They have 8 legs. Now Blackheart is the kind of tarantula that lives on the ground most of the time. So she sometimes will dig a burrow and she'll go down into the ground and she'll live in the ground to protect herself. She'll have a little hole that she goes into, and in her enclosure where she lives, she does like to dig in the dirt. This is not where she lives. This is just to show you where how she looks. It's easier to see her this way. So yeah, she mostly lives on the ground, and there's other kinds of tarantulas that like to live up in the trees, and then there's tarantulas that just almost all the time live down in the dirt, and she's not one of them. She's out quite a lot. We see her quite a bit strolling around in her little home. So I said she has 8 legs, and she also has 8 eyes. And the reason that tarantulas have so many eyes is because tarantulas don't catch their food in a web. They hunt for their food. So they run up to their food and they grab it. And tarantulas have 2 fangs at the front of their head. They're like 2 big, long, pointy teeth. And they stick them into what they're eating. And what they usually eat is bugs. So in our house, we feed them crickets, and they stick those fangs in and they what's called envenomate them. So they put some venom into them, something that kind of makes the cricket go to sleep, and it makes them kind of sleepy. And then the spider sucks up the cricket's guts with its tongue, and its tongue is like a big straw. So it actually sucks it up through its mouth. And so that's pretty cool to watch them eat. She eats only about once a week. She gets a couple crickets once a week. So we don't have to feed her too much because tarantulas don't move around a lot. So they don't use a lot of energy. So they don't need a lot of food. So she doesn't need to eat very much. So that's kind of cool. And once in a while, they do something called molting. And I talked about molting when I showed you my my mantises. They shed their outside skin because it gets too small for their body. So when it comes off, it looks something like this. So this is their whole outside skin. And it's a lot like the mantises. It's like paper. It's really, really, see how it just kind of flies away? It's really light. I can almost blow it away. It's so light. So they do that about once a month or once every few months, and they shed their skin, and it's really cool because they get new stuff, and they get, their fangs are white after they've molted, and normally they're black. So you know, you can tell when they've molted because they have white fangs, and then they become black after that. What else can I tell you? Oh, spiders or tarantulas are super cool. It's super cool how they smell. They smell through their feet. They have these really cool things on the bottom of their feet, and that's how they smell. They use their feet to touch things and smell their food. They can also sense vibrations through their feet, and that's how they can tell when their food is around, is they can feel the vibration of the cricket moving, and then they run after it and grab their food. And they do make webs, and the webs come out of their butts. So they have these cool things on the back of their bums, and that's where the web comes out of, is out of their bum, which is right there. And spiders lay eggs. So they make a big sack, like a big ball, a big white ball. And inside the ball is about 300 or 500 eggs. And it takes about 2 months for these eggs to hatch. And then there's all these little baby tarantulas. And when they come out, they're white. All these little white tarantulas that come out. And then they turn into the darker color. But that's a lot of babies. 300 or 500 babies. So this is our cool creature this week, Blackheart, and she's a tarantula, and I'm not going to pick her up. I will touch her. I can touch her bum and maybe make her walk a little bit for you and get her to move. Miss Rebecca's going to be crawling. She's going to be, oh. There we go. We'll get her to come out and say hi. Okay, my friends, I'll be back next week with another cool creature, and it probably won't be as creepy as this one. I might show you another one of my lizards. I think I have one more lizard left to show you. And I'll get Goodman back out here. Okay. So my friends, I'll see you next week with another cool creature from my collection. I miss you. Be safe. Mwah. Miss you. Bye.